so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to Arsenal 3, Burnley 1 match review. It's not a match reaction because obviously I couldn't watch it live, so I've had to watch it back. And yeah, so big up to everyone that's here already. Let's get into the comments. Hope everyone is doing well. Remember my promise before the match, Bobby. Guess who has? I hope something seriously hasn't happened to you, mate. I really do. But if it was what we talked about yesterday's stream, I did say put a mattress down first and then do what you said you were going to do. But I honestly do hope that you were absolutely fine, Timmy. Big up to you, though, Timmy. Big up to Luke. Yes. You know what it is, Luke? I'm actually keeping an eye out for your team now. See how they're getting on. So, look, being a football fan is like a roller coaster. Fills the ups and downs. It's crazy, but I'm glad you got the win today. It's against a decent team as well. So let's hope this is the start of a positive trend for your team now. But yeah, I'm glad that you've got the win, Luke. Right, big up to Tony. Zinchenko's best performance for Arsenal was everywhere, skillful at times too, and that beautiful goal capped off a top performance. Yes. Bit karate kid today with the goal. We'll get into that though. We are winning games in second gear. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest performance again. I'm getting fed up of this saying the same old stuff. But look, as long as we're winning, that's all that matters. And 3 points are 3 points. But it's still not the greatest performance in our world. Big up to DWTT. Hope you're doing well. Saying hello. Evening, Bobby. No worries. Evening, but won't do any rating as my internet has been playing up, so didn't watch the match. No worries. I'm going to try my best. I don't like doing ratings, as you all know. I'm going to have to tonight. I've got no choice. Evening, mate. Hope you're well. Finally, better things for me to watch. Isn't it Las Vegas Grand Prix this weekend? Pretty sure it is, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the Las Vegas Grand Prix. But anyway, let's get into the game. Hope you're doing well there, Chris. Right. So obviously it finished 3-1 to the Arsenal. We've got Trossard goal, Saliba, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira red card, and a Brown Hall goal. Let's quickly break them down. So Saka was the assist for Trossard. very good finish by Trossard. I'm glad he's okay, because obviously he clattered into the post, but that just shows his determination to get the goal. So yeah, look, I have to say it, and I'm sorry to upset everybody, but he's probably our best striker in our club. He actually finishes. This is and he actually does those dangerous runs into the 6-yard box. He I think he's actually our striker. I think he's the best one that we actually have, like all round game. I think he probably is our best striker that we've got right now. Trossard has been brilliant. Would say it's a fantastic game for any of our players. I'm not going to rate any of them highly. I'm quite harsh on ratings anyway, so don't be surprised by that. Oh, Temi, that's cheered me up. Newcastle are losing 2-0 to Bournemouth. No way. The Spurs never fail to make my day. Yeah, I got to watch that today. Let's just say that makes a lot of Arsenal fans smile wide when Tottenham lose, especially in the way that they did today. Bournemouth 2, the cheats. Newcastle, my day is getting better. We toothless as bloody worm. Oh, was that Carlisle? You'll have to let me know what the score was. I haven't managed to see what the... I don't remember seeing it even come up today. Did it finish 0-0 or something? Because I didn't even see Carlisle come up today. Not that I can remember anyway. Saudi FC. Bottom joke. Yes, look. Wolves, to their credit, put on a very good performance, but Tottenham, look, we said this, I think we said it yesterday. Without Maddison, that is going to be a very, very different Tottenham. He is the main reason they are performing so well, is Maddison. Bobby should be happy Spurs collapse at Wolves. And look, I am happy. Yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? I would prefer it if Arsenal played well constantly. But I don't think we're going to get that. So, look, I'm going to be happy with the 3 points. I'm going to be happy with Tottenham losing. So that's the best I'm going to get. I've got a 2-week international break. I move on to the Arsenal women tomorrow with Leicester. So Vieira is a hard man after all. We'll get on to his red card. Rightly deserved. I'm not taking any way. Saying it was harsh or anything. It was very dangerous. It was very lucky that Brownhill didn't actually get hurt from that, because that was a very, very dangerous foul, to be honest. If I was you, Bobby, I would have joined in with the celebrations of the Wolves fans after that game today. I did, mate. I did. Right. Carlisle nil. Oh, okay. Bristol Rovers won. The goal was deflected cross. Nothing else happened after that. For both, awful from both. As for ref, more like Mr. Bean. This is what I've said on many streams, Chris. We all complain about the Premier League refs, but the refs down in the lower leagues are no better. They're just, the officials just are rubbish. Simple as that. There is no other way of saying it. They are just awful. Every single league we have bad refs. National League, they're still bad, but it's like the National League is like 10 years behind the times with the tackles that are allowed and stuff like that. But the refereeing is still pretty poor. And it's been poor for years. It's never going to change. We're never going to have a weekend where we're never talking about a referee decision, ever. I don't think we'll ever have that. I don't think we ever had, to be honest. But there we go. Right. So that was Trossard's goal. Very good. He clattered into the post, managed to get it in. Saliba, great corner. Great header by Saliba, to be fair. That is literally that in the picture. Look, thankfully, 2 of our goals came from set pieces today. They have been annoying me over the past few weeks, where we get corners or we get free kicks and we're not doing anything from them. Thankfully, today, we got 2 goals from 2 corners. So that's an improvement. We had 13 corners, I think, when we get onto the stats. But yeah, I'm not even saying it for us not getting decisions. Rovers should have got decisions to do. Yeah, well, I know you're fair, Chris. I know you always are, mate. It's just madness. Good for yeah. Look, Trossard is very brave, and I have to hold my heads up and go, well done, because a lot of players would have wimped out of that. He knew the post was going to be coming into him, and yeah, he chose to just go for it. Saliba is going to be one of the Premier League greatest ever centre backs. He's up there. Everything about him shows it. I wish people would tell Desai and Gallas this, because they really do not rate him, and I don't understand why. Because I don't see what they see. Because what I see, yes, he makes errors, but he cleans up his own errors. He's very good with the ball. He's very commanding. I just don't get it. I don't get why there's no love for him, especially from one very good French centre back, and the other one, is all right, I suppose. But you know, I just don't get it. Vieira attacker was horrible, but I'm giving him a match bonus for it. Loved Arteta's sarcasm when asked about VAR. Well, look, Arteta is a very interesting man when he comes out with anything, if I'm honest. Right, let's go on to the Zinchenko goal. Obviously, that came from another set piece. Ricocheted a little bit came out to Zinchenko, who did Danny, the guy from Karate Kid. Hey, you're what? It's a very good finish. I don't know what that noise was, to be fair. But yeah, very good finish by Zinchenko. I was very delighted with that goal. And he has had a good game. I don't think I'll be giving anyone 9s today, if I'm honest. That's just me. I have to be honest with myself. Saliba already better than Van Dijk. I think he's going to have a longer career than Van Dijk, as in the peak of his career. I think he's very good. I think he will be one of the greatest, but I'm very careful of comparing him to other players, because I've been one of the biggest critics of Van Dijk, if I'm honest. When he was starting to drop off, I was like, yeah, you watch him drop off. And everyone was saying, no, he's not going to drop off. And now he's dropping off. But yeah, Saliba's definitely got the talent. I'm excited to see what he brings in the futures for Arsenal, if I'm honest. 6 goals for Trossard, all assisted by Saka. That is now right. Keep these two playing. I would. Look, if you have a good combination like that, why break it up? It's madness for me. But yeah, for me, Trossard should be our number 1 striker now. My abiding memory of Gallas is of him acting like a big baby. Roy Keane voice at St Andrews. Yeah, mate, I don't rate Gallas at all. I never liked him at Arsenal. I hated him for his shirt number. And Luke, you know exactly what I'm on about with that. Yeah, I just don't like him. Marcel Desailly, I did like. So I do respect his opinion. However, I just think it is a little bit warped when it comes to Saliba, personally. Trossard gets highest rating at 8 from Temi. Guys, put all your ratings in there for me, and I'll go through them in a bit. I promise. I'll try my best to get through them all. Someone said on Sky we were the highest from crosses and dead ball. Did we? Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm contemplating changing Arsenal's name to Corner FC, because the amount of corners that we have, not just in the men's but in the women's game, is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm wondering whether or not to change it to Corner FC, if I'm honest. Zinchenko was auditioning for Karate Kid for finish. It was a great finish. Trafford had 0 chance with that, but yeah, absolutely crazy. Gallas 10 makes me angry still. Yeah, no, just no defender should ever be given the number 10. It frustrates the heck out of me. Gallas, worst captain ever. Yeah, it's absolutely mental. Brenny is here. Brenny, are you all right, mate? Your thumbs up if you want to come on, yeah? Excellent stuff. Hello, Bren.
Oh, hey, you all right?
Yeah, got feedback.
Oh, good. Yeah, sorry, I was Oh, I was just a little late coming on anyway. Just a few things I was doing, so yeah. But
But
it's all good though. Oh, it's all good. How are you, mate?
yeah, not bad, not bad. Just to let you
Yeah.
know, we have got feedback on yours again.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my laptop's not on, so it must have something to do with the. It must have something to do with StreamYard and my laptop because I don't know what's going on there. I tried to shut it down yesterday,
What I'll
but
do, I'll let you talk, and then I'll
okay.
mute it as soon as you're done. That's
Oh, no problem.
yeah. Okay, so I'm going to mute you now, and I'll bring you back on in a minute. Right. So Brenny's muted. Right. Okay. Let's get into some more of these comments before we get into it. To be honest, Endo, Fabinho, Wall, number 3, they're midfielders. Yeah, I don't like the number 3. I'll be honest. No midfielder should have the number 3. That is a left back. Left back, not a midfielder. Honestly, it frustrates the heck out of me. I'm pretty sure it's to do with my OCD, but it just frustrates me that a midfielder has a number 3 on his back. Only man in the match for Carlisle was the fans for staying awake. I wish I'd watch as I can't. To be fair, Raya had a decent game as well. I'll be honest. Right, let's quickly ask Brenny. I'm going to let Brenny talk through all the goals. So, Brenny, if you can go through all the goals, I won't speak until you finish, mate. All right, that's how we'll do it. Right, here we go.
Yeah. With the goals today, I thought that was very brave of Trossard. What he did. I mean, I watched the goals about an hour ago, and I thought that was really brave. But for Saka to head the ball in his path, that was something because that's something you don't really see from Bukayo Saka. But it was brave, and I like that. You know what I mean? When you do something like that, we've had that many times over the years, haven't we? When you score or you injure yourself and you take one for the team. But at the end of the day, it was important because, to be honest, I thought we were going to go in at 0-0 at half time. To be you know what I mean, to be honest, like even though from what I saw we grew into the game, but it took a while for us to grow into the game. The second goal, that's what I like when you concede a goal and the manner in which we did uh, to reply the way we did um, with Saliba. I think it was Trossard took the corner, didn't he? And Saliba with that was a quality header, to be honest. The way he I mean it was a perfect way to respond because surprisingly I couldn't believe how well we were doing on set pieces. we talked about this already, you know. So and then again with Zinchenko, um from obviously from the corner cleared, and then Zinchenko did his Daniel LaRusso, which was I thought myself, yeah, he's definitely a Cobra Kai fan. I mean, you know, he's a lot younger than us, so he's not a Karate Kid man. He's obviously about Cobra Kai. But all jokes aside, very good finish. And for Zinchenko, for me, I wish he wasn't even playing at left back today because I know we spoke about it last night with G, and yeah, number 8 is for him. To be honest, I can see that being a future really. You know, I mean, Declan Rice will be our number 5, regardless of whether we have Partey, Jorginho. You know, when you're talking long term, and I see Zinchenko as our future number 8. But yeah, but we'll take them goals, all 3.
Hang on. Sorry, I've just realised I muted myself. Never mind. Right, so we're gonna do this the best way we can without the feedback. So I'm gonna mute Brenny when I'm talking, and then I'll unmute him when I asked him questions. Right, let's get into the comments again. Right, Tommy, I've seen your ratings. I'll get back to those in a minute. Don't get me started on numbers. Look, I know you and me agree on the number situation. It frustrates the heck out of me. Brenny, you need to relax more. He looks very chill today. Look, Arsenal fans, we've had a very good day. Tottenham have lost in my backyard, and Arsenal have won. Wouldn't say it's convincing, like comfortable performance again, but we've won, and that's the main thing. Brenny is the rest of us right now. Arsenal winning, Spurs losing, and chill. Exactly. All that corrupt. Pick up win at Vitality Stadium. I'm guessing that they're still losing 2-0 then. Okay. Brenny, be nice to my boy. Oh, to be fair, I will protect him because I've got a feeling someone might give him a low score today. I'm not sure if anyone has, but I've got a feeling that might happen. Anyway, after falling asleep at Carlisle game, finally something better to watch. Darts, switched on the TV, also watching you guys. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, my partner and her mum are going to watch the darts tomorrow for the afternoon session. It's a Grand Slam of darts, and it's held not far from where I live here. So yeah, my partner's going to that tomorrow. Yeah, I agree, Brenny. Our number 8 has been with us a long time. It's Simi. Yeah, we've all been saying it. And look, whether or not Arteta actually puts him as the number 8, I don't know. But at some point he will. I'm sure he will. I hope so. I thought VAR would disallow a Trossard goal for a foul on the post. don't tempt the VAR to start that one. I curse Spurs saying they are defending well. To be fair, that happened. Great finish, by the way. From yeah, that finish. That I'll tell you what it was. That it was that first touch from Sarabia as well. That first touch from Sarabia was incredible, and the finish was absolutely sublime. But look, to be fair, Wolves were the better team. They deserved to win. I watched it, and honestly, Wolves were brilliant today. Without like a proper striker, they are really good. I just want to say though, why did Saka get penalised for a gentle push on the back of the defender? I thought that was Tony. Give it up. One game, unfortunately, is not the same as another game. That's all I'm going to say. What happened at Newcastle happened. We now move on. That's how it should work in football. Let's just move on from it. Right, let's get into the stats before we get in to talk about the team. Possession, 64% possession for Arsenal, 36 for Burnley, 16 shots for Arsenal, 8 for Burnley, 6 shots on target for Arsenal, 5 for Burnley. Not bad for Burnley, to be fair. 13 corners for Arsenal, 3 for Burnley. Passing accuracy was 86%. For Arsenal, passing accuracy 80% for Burnley. XG for anyone that cares, I don't, but I have to do it. 2.03 XG for Arsenal, 0.30 for Burnley. Right, let's get onto the team, and this is where I asked Brenny if I feel like I'm going on a horror movie at the moment with Brenny. I'm just going through his house. What's going on here? Right, wait for him to move. Right, there we go. Okay, right. I'm gonna unmute Brenny now. I'm gonna let him talk about the squad that was chosen.
Yeah, today's squad. I mean, it was. I looked at that lineup and I said, yeah, it's good enough to beat Burnley quite comfortably. And when I didn't see Ben White in the lineup, I thought, oh no, here we go again. We always seem to get these mystery injuries. From players either on the morning of the game or just before the game, or maybe they injured themselves during a warm up. But it was a knock that Ben White took from Wednesday, but he wasn't available. But I thought, well, Tomiyasu will come in and do a job today. But I just thought in the opening minutes, from what I saw, we just didn't look at it. and it took us a while before we woke up. And I don't like that, because no disrespect to Burnley, but against teams like them, you've got to put them on the front foot straight away, you know. And I just felt at times we were over elaborating with the possession, and I thought to myself, man, come on, this is Burnley. Let's just go forward. Let's do something, you know. In the opening exchanges, which I did see, I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was. I did say it'd be one of those games where, I mean, my prediction was almost correct, but I did say that it would be one of those hard fought 3-0s, and it was a 3-1 instead. But after today's result at the Molineux, I looked at the table and I thought, you know what, goal difference here. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be the case. But at the end of the day, 3 points is what we wanted, what we set out to do, and we got it.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky because I'm muting myself and then unmuting. Right, okay, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, the team today, obviously Ben White, from what I've heard, because he wasn't on my injured list when I was received it, was he had a bit of a struggle in the light training session yesterday and was pulled out of it. I didn't know that until very, very late. But yeah, other than that, I was quite impressed with Bradley Ibrahim being on the bench, Sago Jr. being on the bench, and Waters being on the bench. Yes, they didn't come on, which is going to annoy me. However, it was nice to see a group of them today, which means they've got to experience that match day with all the fans and, you know, proper coaches and our first team manager and all that kind of stuff. So, and it's interesting to see Bradley Ibrahim on there as well, because he is someone that I rate, but he's not talked about that much. I think he's very good. I do think he'll go out on loan at some point, because I do think that he needs that experience. But yeah, Raw Waters, I think, won't. I think he will be pushed into the first team at some point. And Charles Sago, I'm not sure about him yet, if I'm honest. Koji Dubry is obviously my favourite, but Charles Sago, you know, he could make it, but I do think he probably needs a loan, maybe, personally. Before we get into the ratings, Bren, we're going to go through some more comments. When you start off with Luke, you're trying to kill me. Right. I'm just gonna leave that comment out so everyone can read it. I'm not reading it. Gary O'Neill heading into the same territory as Eddie Howe, extremely underrated. 100%. I'm still furious with Bournemouth for sacking him, because he did an amazing job at Bournemouth and then got sacked for this guy from Spain that has literally done nothing. You know, I don't get it. Gary O'Neill is very good with players, because he's just recently retired, so he knows what he's doing. I said 4-0 to Arsenal for this game. Yeah, there was quite a few. No one actually gave Burnley a goal, and I did say I would be furious if we let a goal in, because their XG, their chances created, has been so poor this season that I would have been furious. But to be fair, they did find a lot of space today. They built some decent attacks. Koleosho, as I said yesterday, is a decent a winger, would cause us a lot of problems. And I know a lot of people think him as a right winger, but he can actually play on the left, and gave Tommy a very good game, to be fair. Tommy wasn't that comfortable with him. Where is the consistency, though? Oh, and guess who was the ref? Same as who was. I'll agree, mate. It's the one infuriating part about the refs, the VAR. There is no consistency. That is, if we could just get things that were consistent, I'll be delighted. And that's the one thing we don't get consistency. I know we won, but it needs to be brought up. It's a joke. I have no issues with it whatsoever. Okay. Tony, I've seen your ratings. I'll be interested to see what Brenny thinks of those in a minute. Our game away to Barnsley next week and postponed due to international call-ups for Barnsley. My reaction is bloody good. Yeah, it's amazing now. The international fixtures are now affecting League One and some League Two nowadays. And I think I'm pretty sure there was a National League game that was called off because of an international fixtures as well. It's good to see that, to be fair. Arteta hauling Havertz off before the hour speaks volumes. He was shocking on the ball. I need to talk about this. I've already looked at all the touches and everything, the heat maps and all that kind of stuff. Yes, he wasn't great on the ball today, but someone else wasn't that great today. And I'm going to be interested to see what people think of him. And I'm not going to say his name yet, but he wasn't that great either. So if you're putting Havertz in that category, then you have to put this other person in there as well. So we're going to see if you put him in there as well. The Silva One, I like. Tony, behave. Vieira red card is a big blow for himself, in my opinion, as could be lacking opportunities with Havertz making his own spot. All referees don't have a clue. They are human worms with no eyes and no brains. Chris, don't hold back. Right. Brenny is back. Right. How are we doing, Bren?
Is that better now? You can hear me.
Yes, he's on his laptop. He's on his laptop. Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. I know what the problem is now. Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've figured it out. So yeah, it's all good.
Cool. All good. Right. Right. Okay.
All
we're going to do predictions. We're going to do predictions. This is the review. Let's do the ratings. Right. Let's start with Raya in goal, please, Bren.
I would say, for me, I'd say 7. I mean, I saw one good save he did make. He wasn't at fault for the goal before anyone else says anything, but yeah. Other than that, I didn't think he had a lot to do today. So yeah, 7.
Okay. What about Tommy?
Tomiyasu. He got into a bit of a pickle, didn't he? Leading up to the goal. But other than that, I thought he was good today.
Okay.
You know, it was a bit. It was all right, but
yeah.
But for me, other than that guy, I didn't think he was amazing today. But I'd have to give him a 6.
Okay, no, it's fine. Let's move on to the left back. So we'll go to Zinchenko.
Well, Zinchenko for me today. Wow, from what I saw, it wasn't just about the goal. It was when he inverted. It seemed to work. It seemed to work for him, and he just looked. At times, I was thinking, "You playing as a number 8?" You know, in terms when he went forward, and after that, what I saw today, I thought, you know what, he's going to be the future number 8. He got Timber to come back as well, and for me, I thought he gets a 7 today.
Okay. Let's move on to Saliba.
I liked what I saw today, Saliba.
Mm.
He didn't panic as well. In fact, I'm giving him an 8 today, not just for the goal. I would have given him an 8 even if he hadn't scored today.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty solid today.
What about Gabriel?
Gabriel, same. 8 as well. Those two, the telepathy between those two is something else. And for me, I don't care what anyone says. They're the best centre-half pairing right now in the Premier League.
There is literally no one else to compare them to. They are the best. No one's close. I'll be honest. I watch enough games to say that I don't see anyone anywhere near them. It's just their relationship as well. They just know each other so well. It reminds us, obviously, of the good old times for me and you, Brenny, is like Adams and Bold or Adams and Keown. They just knew each other.
Yeah.
They Adams was basically our Saliba, I would say anyway.
Yeah.
And Bold was our Gabriel. Adams
100%.
did, I'm loving it. I absolutely love it. Right, let's move on to Jorginho.
I didn't think. Well, he didn't have his best game, but
yeah,
he didn't have his best game. Well, he wasn't as effective as he was on Wednesday night, to be honest with you. And for me, he gets a 6.
He gets a 6. Okay. Right, let's move on to Havertz.
Well, for Havertz, I thought this would have been a game where he'd continue from Wednesday night, because I thought Wednesday for me he had his best game. Today there was a few things he did. Well, one in particular, when I think it was in the first half, when I can't remember who played the ball to him. And then I thought maybe he was going to turn and do something. And he decided to retreat and play the ball back. And I'm like, what are you doing? Try and do something. And I wasn't happy with that. And for me, but it weren't just that. But he wasn't effective today in the Odegaard role. And for me, he gets a 6.
Okay. Right. I'm going to move on to Rice.
I thought Declan Rice was his usual self.
Okay.
I don't think he played as well as he did in the last couple of games that he's had, but he was still doing the job in a number 8 role for me. Box to box, I'll give him a 7 today.
You give him a 7. Okay. Just give me 2 seconds. I just want to just double check my stats before I come back with you with something. Because this is the player that I was on about earlier. Because I knew people were going to be harsh on Havertz, and rightly so. But Rice, over the whole 90 minutes, only had 14 more touches than Havertz did, and Havertz went off in the 59th minute. Jorginho was the main man in midfield today.
Right.
I know Rice didn't have a bad game, but he was very, very much. I think it was the Newcastle game. He had around 80, 90 touches. Half of it today. Half of the amount of touches he had against Newcastle. Being at home, you'd expect that to be more or around the same as the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
I don't know what it just felt like everyone was a little bit off today. Like
that's what I mean. No one was at their best. I felt, and I'm actually missed the first. I missed the first 10, 11 minutes of the second half.
Yeah,
as well, and So because for me, it was just like, from what I saw from Rice, in terms of when he was going forward with the ball, there was a few things I saw that I thought, he's done okay, but he wasn't at his high, the high standards he set already at the Arsenal.
Yeah,
he didn't set that today. So, to be honest, none of the 3 in midfield didn't have their best game.
No.
But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not me that's saying, Rice had a bad game. It's just that the comparison between having a dig at Havertz. I'm not saying you have because I know you haven't, but
Yeah.
I'm seeing it on X already. Like Havertz, but bad this, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, Rice didn't have a much better game. So why are we picking on Havertz? Declan Rice costs 105 million pounds. If we want to start doing the money thing, Declan Rice costs 105 million. Havertz costs 65. So let's just be a little bit.
It was only going by what I saw because apart from that, my thing did flit in and out today as well. So it was not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah.
Right, let's move on to Saka.
Saka. Yeah, he was as usual, he was full of running as well. It's that first half, and I'm glad he got taken off when I thought the job was done before the sending off. He gets a 7 today.
Okay.
From what I saw, 7.
Martinelli, and I hope he's okay because I know he went off injured, but I hope he's okay. Martinelli
as well. I thought it was just like Wednesday night, but it was just it was that final ball. But at times, I find that the kind of balls he plays into the box, quite a few of them I noticed over the last few months actually. When he plays the ball into the box, you think, why don't someone just go to the near post? So I don't, but when he does put in some good balls, but I'm not knocking him today because I thought as usual, he gets a solid 7 for me. But I just think with his play, he always deserves a goal.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Martinelli always makes me smile. So yeah, Trossard.
Trossard 8 today. I mean, not just with his set pieces, the bravery for his goal, his link-up play I thought was really good today. He seems to be enjoying himself again.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what he needs. He needs a run of games because I just find at times that when he's playing and if he plays well, makes a good impression, and then the following game he's on the bench and then he comes on, he's not always effective, and I think that hits him for 6. I know you've got to be professional and go out there and do 100, and give 110%, regardless whether you start or whether you're on the bench. But when he's happy in his football, he's one of the most dangerous players around. And to be honest, I'm so lucky that we have him. I mean, I know in January early in the year, mate, I'm so glad we got him and not someone who plays in blue. So yeah, he gets an 8 today.
I agree, mate. Guys, I will get into your comments. I'm just going to finish doing the ratings and I'll get into everyone's comments, I promise. Right, so the first substitution, Fabio Vieira came on for Havertz. Obviously, sadly, Fabio Vieira obviously went off as well due to a sending off, which definitely was a red card. Stupid challenge, way too high. Thankfully, Brownhill was absolutely fine as well. So, rating for Fabio.
Fabio, jeez. He was only on for what, 20 minutes, if that?
24 minutes.
Well, he gets a 4 for being stupid.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean? I wasn't happy with that at all. There was no need for that. We weren't at our best today, and then it was just a case of us having to do a Crystal Palace and defend. I knew we'd be able to see the game out, but he didn't help his teammates with that silly challenge, and it was a red all day long.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Red all day long. You can't defend that.
No. There is literally no need for me to review that later in the week. That is a red. It's not even something I need to go, let me have a think. That's a red. Simple. Right, move on to the next sub. Nelson came on for Saka, if you noticed him.
Yeah, well, he'd have just spent most of his time just helping the defense, really.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just a 5. He wasn't on the pitch long enough for me.
Okay. Should we do an average of a 5 then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Should we do the same for Nketiah?
Yeah. But their 5s don't mean that they were poor.
Yeah. Well, my 5 is an average.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people's is a 6. I don't know why, but mine's a 5. Mine's a 5 because that literally is half a 10. But there we go. I don't know why. I don't know why people do average of 6. It never makes any sense to me. But that's just my brain. Kivior came on for Martinelli. Martinelli took an injury. Hopefully, he's absolutely fine. Thankfully, we do have 2 weeks off. So if it is a little knock,
let's just hope he doesn't go with Brazil anywhere. That's for sure.
Well, I know that Tony. I'm trying not to get into the comments, but Tony has mentioned this about Jesus and Martinelli. I'm pretty sure Jesus hasn't been selected for Brazil. Martinelli was, but I'm sure that we'll hopefully drag him out now. But yeah, let's rate Mikel.
For me, 7. And that's just for the victory.
Yeah. I totally get that. I swear there's many games I've seen with George Graham and I've probably just given him a 7 just for the victory, literally.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, did you see the subs bench today? And
yeah, I was happy with the subs bench.
Yeah, subs bench I like because I thought Rule Walters, Sago as well. You know what I mean? It's a fact that you see, for me, Cozy Dubry I like, but I'm not as you know, I'm the same as you. It'd be a case of there's players we like, okay, and we all want everyone to do 100, to put in a work and give 110% for the club. But when I saw, because Cozy Dubry wasn't on the bench, I was happy to see a couple of other youngsters on the bench.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I just want to see youngsters. I just want the manager to, over the coming weeks, months, even next season, to just have faith in these youngsters, because you play 1 or you play 2, and their game will elevate with the quality they got around them.
Mate, I totally agree.
It's worked for decades. It can still work.
It has. Look, Bradley Ibrahim being on the bench as well. Very good midfielder. I like him. I think he's a very good talent. I still think he needs to go out on loan. Because I think Patino is above him, like in the pecking order of someone that I want to see come into the Arsenal team. But it's good to see. I personally still would have brought one of them on, even with Kivior, because we still had one sub.
Me too.
We still had one sub left. We could have just put someone on, even Bradley, because he's a defensive midfielder. He would have been perfect for that.
I would have even brought Will Waters on. I would have brought him on.
Yeah, exactly. He's a versatile defender. Yeah. I don't know. Absolutely.
That's my only gripe with Arteta at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. It is a gripe that we keep on talking about, but we're going to keep on talking about because we're passionate about the kids at Arsenal, and that's the way we are. It's true though; these clowns officiating our game, they're pathetic. Wouldn't trust them to make me a bowl of cereal and bring it to me without dropping it. I wouldn't either. Brenny 7 for Ray. I didn't watch the match. He's never been that good. To be fair, he had a right game. There's nothing for me to even have a pop at him about today.
No.
Ange has always started blaming changes. Well, don't get players sent off. Yeah, well, look. Ange is Ange. Ange, decent bloke. I think he's got like a level.
Listen, like I told the Paxton Road lot already. There's only one. There's only one Ange. and she was handed out divorce papers by her husband at the Queen Vic on Christmas Day in 1986, and she was a drunk. There's only one Ange. Remember that. Thank you, Spurs fans.
Oh dear. When I heard Bobby say I want to hear everyone's ratings on a certain player, I was thinking, wow, he's aiming at Rice. Yes, I was, mate. When speaking about Havertz having, look, I'll have to be honest. I'm not going to allow an agenda for one player who had a bad game. If you're going to do it for one, you've got to do it for all the players that had a bad game. Yeah. And for me, I know Brenny doesn't totally agree, but Rice didn't have the greatest game today. And, you know, he cost 105 million because we all keep mentioning the amount of money that we pay for Havertz. Well, in that case, Rice can never have a bad game if that's the way we're looking at it. Rice didn't play for Chelsea. Yeah, well, he did. He played in their youth ranks.
I think, he was on their books, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. I think he left when he was 14. Is that right? I think he left when he was 14, something like that. He was quite young when he left. Don't want to see Martinelli Jesus turning up for Brazil. I will be doubting the so-called injuries. Jesus is definitely out. I don't know if he was called up. I don't pay attention to it.
I agree, Tony. I agree. I mean, hey, Thomas Partey could probably end up going to Ghana.
Yeah, well, that's definitely for a different stream. I'm not getting into him today. Trossard needs to be more consistent like anyone else. Look, for me, the past 2 games, he's been brilliant. I have to be honest. The dream sub Havertz being crapping game. Vieira, hold my beer. I'll get myself sent off.
I'm not gonna go into one though on Kai Havertz today because I liked what he did at Newcastle, and I thought the Seville game, I thought he did very, very well. So we know what he can do.
Yeah, you know, look, at the end of the day, none of our players were brilliant today. Tommy didn't have a very good game against Coliosho, who 19-year-old Italian. You know, we have to be honest. None of them were brilliant today. I don't know why. They should have been well up for it. They should have been getting 6 and 7 goals today.
Don't you think? Well, mate, I reckon it could even be. There's times where we do over the years we do get complacency sets in with the opponents that we have. Yeah. This today, when I saw the first 20 minutes, it stunk of Hull back in 2008. Except the difference was we lost that game.
Yeah,
we lost that game. Yeah, and Phil Brown thought he was the best coach in the world after that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? With oh gosh, I'm talking about Phil Brown and his sunbed now. But you know, so it was just. That's what it reeked of, and I thought to myself, we cannot have too many of these games, especially at home.
Yeah, correct.
Especially at home, mate. No way. You know what I mean?
No.
If we'd have played Liverpool today,
or, you
know, and we wouldn't have. I guarantee we wouldn't have had that same attitude today.
Yeah. To be honest. Looking at obviously watching the Wolves Tottenham game, I reckon if Tottenham were playing Man City, they would have been annihilated today, 7-8-0. Tottenham were that bad. It's just thankfully for Wolves, they don't have a striker because honestly, Wolves were dangerous, and that's without their number one main threat, Neto. Wolves just set up really well, just not annihilated. Son, I was surprised he was even on the pitch. Because I hardly saw him today. I know I don't want to talk about Tottenham game, but
no, but mate, I was worried about you today because I just thought, God, with those Tottenham fans not far from your ground and that, I thought, I hope you ain't gone out shopping in that top, man. You know what I mean? Because they'd be, you know, they'd be pissed on a level, like you know.
I am always a very proud Arsenal fan. I never hide. I never hide, especially against a fan that literally means nothing. You know, they can look at my shirt and just think they can win trophies. They can't win nothing. But hey, we know the words of the officials. People, good process. I give Arteta some credit. He might have brought some on if Vieira had not been sent off. I still would have brought one on the 89th minute with Kivior. That's what I would have done. I would have brought one of them on. Sorry, look, I forgot to say this one. Yeah, same here. 5 for me means average. Okay, exactly. 6 means above average. Exactly. So when I give scores of 5 or 6, it's not being mean negative. Exactly, Luke. You get me. We get each other. Well said, Bobby and Rice. I'm the same with Trey. Fans saying, but he's our Scouser. I don't care if. Honestly, I don't care if one of our players has been brought up since day dot at Arsenal. If he's had a bad game, I'm going to say he's had a bad game. I'm the same with Saka. I love Saka, but if he's had a bad game, I'm going to say it. I'm sorry, I don't hide. I just wish Havertz would shoot more and be a bit greedy. Yeah, he's not that type of player, but I wish he would be. I'll be honest. Wolves actually putting ball in back of the net is like them actually finding scoring points in the pulpit. Oh, I love it. Right, let's get into your ratings now. Big up to Temi that did this. Raya 5, Tomiyasu 4, got bullied by Kolyosho. Galiba, love it. 6, Zinni 8, Karate Kid. Rice 7, Parvet 4, awful misses. Jorginho 5, Saka 6. Well done, Temi. You're being honest with these ratings. Trossard 8, man of the match. Martinelli 6, Fabio -3, others 5, Arteta 7. Look, I expect Fabio to get some slating for that. He deserves it. Again, he's one of my favourite players, but it was stupid thing to do today. Tony Fulbrook saying my ratings: Raya 0, Tommy 0, Saliba 0, Gabriel 0, Jorginho 0, Rice 8, that's 12, City 0, Trossard 0. I don't have favourites. Oh, I love you, Tony. Our other Tony, Raya 6, could have done better with that low shot. Okay, fair enough. I'd love to know what Colm's opinion on it, but I thought we had a decent, and to be fair, 6 is not a bad score anyway. Tommy 6, yeah, agreed. Saliba 8, Gabriel 7, Sinchenko 9, yeah, agreed. Jorginho 7, Rice 7, Havertz 7. Well done, Tone. You've at least kept all the midfielders in the same ratings because they were all average today for me. Saka 8, Martinelli 7, Trossard 8. Totally agree. Right. By the way, we will remember the heroes that gave us a freedom should rightly be remembered without. We won't be here today. Shame about the Morons ruining it today. Yeah, 100%. Obviously, people that know me know how close it is to my heart because I'm ex-military myself. So yeah, I have no time for people like that. Bobby, if you gave a Spuds fan your shirt, that would be a trophy. The amount of Arsenal shirts, I could probably give them one. To be fair.
Really you know what? It'd have to be a shirt that would have to be an FA Cup final shirt or something like that, you know, or one from '93 that's got the cup on it. That would be the one for them.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Yeah, guys, really appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for getting all involved. Brenny, thank you ever so much for coming on as well. As always,
it's all good.
Always. Where can people find you?
It's all good. Hey, everybody, you can find me on X. You could also find me on Instagram and on here on the Armoury TV. Like, share, and subscribe, please.
Thank you very much. You'll see me again tomorrow, guys. I'm back with Leicester versus Arsenal tomorrow. I think it's a 6:45 kickoff. There will be updates on NFL because my NFL teams will be playing. So I do apologise. They will be on screen. I need to know what's going on in the NFL. Guys, you'll see me again tomorrow. But other than that, we're going to be a little bit quiet for the next 2 weeks because it's international break. But I have got another watch long next weekend as well. So we'll still be doing stuff. I promise. But I will definitely see you tomorrow, guys. Have a very good rest of your weekend, day, whatever you are doing. Take care. Bye-bye.